What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sonicsta back at it again with another video, and today I want to talk about.
Hey, hold on a minute. What are you doing, Sonicsta?
You haven't uploaded in 11 days.
It's actually 12 days, but that's beside the point. What are you doing on my channel? Actually, I don't even want to know. Just go.
Alright, but just listen.
No! Get out! Get out!
I'm going.
Leave! The nerve of some people, man. Wait, he left his script. One little pea can't hurt. Damn, this is good. Could use a bit of a Temzy touch, but okay. Guess I'm stealing this now. Some people take one look at Sonic's friends and see unwrapped potential with interesting stories to be told, while others see nuisances that only slow Sonic down. In fact, the complaints about Sonic having too many friends got to the point where Sega stopped including them in the main series games. The spin-offs don't count. Shh. And on the rare occasion that they were included, they weren't playable and had a small list of impacts on the game's story. In 2008, Sonic Unleashed, which is the best Sonic game ever, and my opinion is low here, so sharp if you disagree. The plot revolves around Sonic racing across the world, trying to restore the planet's pieces while charging up the Chaos Emeralds along the way. Sonic is accompanied by the spirit like Gaia, also known as Chip, who follows him on his world adventure, see what I did there, giving moral support and later turning into a Power Rangers Megazord at the end of the game. No, I kid you not, this actually happens. Bruh. Oh, and Tails and Amy are also there. Yeah, they're in the game, but they don't do much. Tails is basically your personal Uber driver, and Amy just hangs outside the Professor Pickle's lab, of which there are two. Sure, Tails flies the tornado, allowing Sonic to traverse the broken planet, but you never actually see him interact with any threats apart from in that one cutscene where, oh my god, this is where it started. It all makes sense now. Recently, Sega has developed a habit of keeping Sonic's friends to the sidelines, only bringing out certain characters when they feel like they might have a relevance to the plot, just to underutilize them in poorly run conflicts and leave them to hide behind Sonic when shit's about to go down. Dear God, look how they massacred my boy. But it wasn't always like this. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, not the beginning. Go to the game after it. Okay, stop. There, right there. You see that handsome young lad next to our favorite blue rodent? Let me introduce you to Tails, a young fox cub from South Island. Miles got the nickname Tails through being teased by other kids for his abnormal pair of tails. Ever since the chance day that he met Sonic, he made a promise to never leave his side, learning to believe in himself, eventually facing off against the big, bad egg by himself without Sonic.
I've changed a lot since I've started hanging with Sonic, but I can't depend on him forever. I know I can do this by myself. Okay, Eggman, bring it on!
This is Tails the Fox. Not that. This.
Hey, I did it! You saved the day! You're the best! I did it all by myself!
Do you see where I'm going with this? No? Let's go, I got more. Let's go back in time once more. Love it or hate it, Sonic CD introduced two of the most important Sonic characters out of the entire cast. Amy Rose and Male Sonic. Male Sonic is a cold and calculated machine which will stop at nothing to defeat his fleshy doppelganger. In fact, this nigga's Black Air Force energy is so powerful that he is one of the few characters that hasn't been ruined by the modern writing. But then again, he has shown up a lot less in the meta era than he did previous ones, so maybe they didn't get a chance to ruin him yet. Amy, on the other hand, it's a different story altogether. Amy Rose is an energetic go-getter that was guided to Sonic by her tarot cards. Yeah, apparently they told her she would have a destined encounter on Little Planet. This is the type of girl to read a horoscope in the newspaper, I just know it. From the moment she met Sonic and was eventually saved by him, she fell down horrendous and began to chase this dude across the ends of the earth. But all that changed in, again, Sonic Adventure. In Sonic Adventure, Amy goes on her own journey, helping her bird return to its family. She bumps into Sonic here and there along the way, but he doesn't really play a big role in her story. She even has one of Eggman's higher ranked robots chasing her the entire time. But eventually, she destroys the robot Zero and even makes a vow.
Just watch me! I'll make that Sonic respect me! And by that time, it's gonna be too late! Mwah!
So yeah, she's still a fangirl, but now she has a goal. Instead of mindlessly chasing Sonic, she's now gonna earn his respect, meaning backing off when needed and laying down some boundaries, am I right?
Oh, Sonic! I thought I'd never see you again! I'm so glad you made it! You're not Sonic!
Oh no.
Ayo, Temzy, can I come back? There's more I want to say.
You know what, man? Honestly, go for it.
Alright, sweet.
Okay, I could go on and on, but you get the point. Obviously, something has happened here between the adventure era and the modern era that has screwed up the writing of these characters hard. There's a term for this, and it's called Flanderization.
Flanderization is the process through which a single element of a character's personality, often an originally mild element, is inflated in importance over the course of a work until it becomes their primary defining characteristic.
To put it simply, they took the worst part of Sonic's friends and made it their defining traits. And as a result, Tails is now a whiny bitch, Amy is a lovesick fangirl, Knuckles is as dumb as a bag of rocks, and Shadow is that edgy emo kid that goes to Hot Topic. Hey yo, did I say that right? We don't actually have Hot Topic over here in the UK.
Yeah, you used the meme pretty well.
I bet, just needed to be sure. Now, we've talked about how Sonic Adventure brought out the shining potential of these characters, so I think it's only fair that we talk about the sequel as well.
So let's continue by taking a look at Sonic Adventure 2. This game is yet another example of how Sonic characters can be used. The adventure games all in all paint a picture of what the Sonic the Hedgehog series can be great at: character development. You see, even though the game is titled Sonic Adventure 2, it goes on to prove that it's not just Sonic's adventure. We see characters like Tails, Knuckles, and even the non-playable character Amy take the center stage, used in such a way that you will not forget that they were there. We see these characters grow and cause such instrumental developments in the game that frankly would not have been possible without them. Throughout the events of Sonic Adventure 2, we see the sides of both hero and dark battle either to protect the Earth and all its inhabitants, or to conquer it. During these events, Shadow wants to exact revenge on the entire human race for what took place on the Space Colony Ark many years ago. But Amy is the one to remind him that this is not something Maria would want, a character so key in the Black Hedgehog's life. You see, this is a task that no other character could have done due to them all being overly occupied. Amy was there for a reason. Of course, there are other special moments like Tails creating the fake Chaos Emerald, beating Eggman one-on-one, and then Knuckles actually saving Rouge during their final bout. These are all special moments that happen between these characters, and all in all highlights their true potential of usefulness in this series. Another game that does this is Sonic Heroes. You see, Sonic Heroes does the very same thing that adventure games thrive at, including characters that are relevant to the story and play a vital role. While some are albeit more important than others, the fact still stands that they are all essential. The encounters that one team may have with another proves that very point. Every character has a story that intertwines with one another, giving them a reason to take action. Team Sonic is going to thwart Eggman's plans, while Team Rose is on the hunt for Sonic and Chocola Chow. Team Chaotix actually have a mission looking for Chow, so Cream assumes they have kidnapped Chocola, when in actuality, they were tasked by a mysterious voice to set him free from the other evil clutches of another, which we know to be Neo Metal Sonic, and the mysterious voice is none other than Eggman. But Team Dark, on the other hand, has two different goals. Omega wants to unleash his anger on Eggman for stealing him away, and Shadow just wants to figure out who he is, since, you know, Adventure 2 happened. This team is led through several encounters with others that help Shadow piece himself together and that lead Omega closer to finding Eggman. All these teams are intertwined, and if one were gone, I'd argue you would be missing an important piece of the puzzle. Then of course there are games like Sonic and the Black Knight, which are a bit different. Rather than utilizing these characters to go through their own personal stories, we gain an understanding of them based on what Sonic goes through with them. Through his several different interactions with them, we learn who these characters are and their value in the story. While to us and him, they look strikingly similar to the characters of his world, but they have different backgrounds, ideals, and roles in the story. This is what makes them so important. These characters don't have your normal Sonic-esque history, while yet the reason they stay so important is because of Sonic's quest. Then of course there are other games like Sonic 06, which I personally believe does a great job of utilizing these characters, which is kinda similar to the likes of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. These three games use these characters in such a way that actually makes you care about them as you go through their own personal stories, learning more about them as you go. That said though, I want to move on to a game that uses characters, in my opinion, in an improper way. And that game is Sonic Forces. Now, I really hate to beat on a dead horse here, but one of the problems with Sonic Forces in terms of the story is the usage of characters, and the sheer fact that all of them just seem to be thrown together. If you really think about it, the cast of characters that are in the Resistance, going off of prior history, should not lose to the forces of Dr. Eggman and Infinite. Characters like Silver, Team Dark, the Chaotix, Tails, etc. have all proven to be useful at one point or another. That said, Eggman should not have done this much damage, even with the power of the Phantom Ruby. These characters seem to have been milked dry of their true potential, and that's actually kind of sad. I feel like the best way to make this feel more accurate is either somehow not using these characters like Shadow and Silver in the story, or just making Infinite more imposing. Don't get me wrong though, these characters all have a reason for being there, it just doesn't feel like these characters are the ones that we all grew so attached to.
So you guys have done a pretty good job explaining how awesome Sonic's friends used to be and how they got screwed up in the modern era, boo-hoo, changey diaper, but how would this affect anything if we're still gonna get the same shitty meta-era writing in the next game?
Well, let's talk about the IDW comics real quick. The Sonic IDW series is a comic set after the events of Sonic Forces, basically showcasing the aftermath of the war against Eggman's forces and how Sonic's friends made their way through it. Interestingly enough, the events of the games occurring before the comic are canon in this universe, but the comic itself is not canon to the games. Think of it as a split timeline where everything like the events of Adventure, Unleashed, Colors, hell even CD has happened same as before. But the end comic events such as the Metal Virus Saga doesn't actually happen in the main universe. A variant universe if you will. Don't let that put you off, the IDW comics has some of the best characterization and overall writing since the dark era of Sonic. Almost all of the issues that we previously pointed out at the start of the video are non-existent, and we have Ian Flynn to thank for that. Now if you don't know who that is, Ian Flynn is a comic writer for the IDW and previously Archie, and let's just say he's not new to writing for Sonic at all. But it gets even better because apparently he's writing for the next Sonic game, aka Frontiers. So in fact, we could see a complete reversal of the character Flanderization brought on by the meta era, and a return to the cast that we truly know and love.
The way the characters are written in the IDW comics is all to drive further the story. None of these characters are wasted space at all. This is why I really look forward to Sonic Frontier's story and the entire game itself. Seeing as though we have already seen that Amy is the alleged ghost girl, I would not be surprised if the other Sonic characters we know about are used in a way to guide Sonic forward in his exploration of Starfall Islands.
But I guess we'll have to wait and see if our words will hold true.
Well, I guess we will.
Yeah.
And how did you get in my house in the first place? What the fuck?
Yeah, can we relate? Can we relate? Yeah, can we debate? Yeah, I went to fake. Yeah, I took the cake. Yeah, all of my cake. Can we relate? Can we relate?